Hi, Kevin.
Corey.
Hi, Corey. How are you? Hi, John. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So we host this podcast. We're watching Sex and the City for the first time.
Love it.
We figured like there's a really iconic thing in the show called the rabbit.
It's no big deal. I'd just rather stay home with the rabbit than go out and deal with men.
Do you know what the rabbit is?
Yes.
Okay. You've seen the show?
Seen the
Seen the show?
Flavor-wise.
Vanilla?
I mean, normally, like when we do the male member cakes, we would do them in red velvet because when you cut
really?
into because when you cut into it, it's like
That makes
an
sense.
appendage.
This is a robot.
Right. So I would go with vanilla.
What color are we thinking?
It's purple.
Oh, it is purple.
She knows. She watches the show.
I watch.
Maybe print out a picture of Charlotte just going like.
It's a little much.
I leave you to your art. Have you ever made a cake like this before? Like a rabbit type cake or a
No,
vibrator
this will
cake?
actually be the first vibrator in 10 years.
What's
So
the most
something
popular request?
Penises.
Nice.
We pretty much know, what it is we're gonna do, and then I'll add a few little touches onto it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. It's all about structure today. I'm basically gonna take these three and stack them as one, and then carve it a little bit. If you don't have the proper structure, it will go down. When we put it through, it's gonna be built on a dowel structure. This is our first vibrator. We've done plenty of penises, but not so much vibrators. And can I just tell you that the erotic cake world lately is becoming very raunchy. I don't know what's going on with these people lately. But we're basically crumb coating this. It's a mixture of like cake crumb and buttercream, so that this way, when it dries a little harder and it's just easier for us to work with. This bitch is gonna be told. And now we're going to carefully stick him in the fridge. Here we go. It's like the Leaning Tower. So we're just gonna mix up some color, some black to cover the board. It's humidity, not my friend. Remove any air bubbles. Look at that precision. That's nice. Ta-da! So I have my reference photos. This is the raw part of it, and we're going to carve it down. We have that shape, which is good, but I kind of feel like I need a little. It needs a head. I don't want to nick too much off because it's a really good shape, but it just needs a little indent. And then this part will be the shaft. And we'll have the bunny here, and then this part will be the base. I'm gonna cover the trim around the base so that it's pretty. Oh, let's see, I'm getting too old for this. Okay, it looks pretty. My life in a nutshell is 40% on the phone, 40% rolling out fondant, and 20% of just straight madness. It makes me tired. I'm physically tired. It's heavy. And I'm also wondering if, because of the different layers of it, if I should cover it in pieces. There's a lot that goes into these 3D cakes. Nobody really realizes. I can't. That phone doesn't stop. And because we're using the airbrush machine, I brought out the liquid today as opposed to the gel. But I normally prefer to mix with gels. Roll this bad boy out. I did it as light as possible with the purple because we're gonna airbrush the top and the bottom. Because the center part, which looks like the shaft, is very clear. I'm gonna improvise as best as possible. I'm gonna cut off the excess board, and we're gonna cover this bad boy. So you kinda gotta work quickly because it's heavy. You don't want the fondant to rip. Oh, see, just like that. Haha, I saved it. Nobody ever said this was easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I'm just gonna put it together in sections, which some would say would have been the smarter thing to do. I'm gonna just fit it to the seam. I'll be able to fill it in with the sugar and try and get it in that crease as much as possible. The tricky part is making sure that it goes in the hole. Find the hole. Ha ha ha. It's not my job to find the hole. All these extra pieces. The front piece here will be the controls. Our little bunny will be here. There's a method to the madness. Do you hear that? Do you hear the ice cream man? He's torturing my life. He's really, he needs to go away. He needs to go away. Go. Makes me want ice cream. So this is like the battery piece. Hi. I prefer to use my fingers. A little water and tylose makes like a glue. And it is kind of like raised. 4 o'clock tasting. And I have 4 cakes to finish for tomorrow and 24 in total for the week. This is a busy day. So I'm putting in tylose, some tylose powder into the fondant. And tylose works as like a drying agent, and it'll allow the fondant to dry really hard, similar to gum paste. So because I'm making the rabbit and the ears are freestanding, I don't want them to kind of like flop around. Reference. Which, I mean, you kind of need, especially when you're doing something so specific. You know, boobs are different. It really is like a bunny. Shove him in there. This stick is breaking through his ear. Let me do it again. Okay, so as you saw, the apple stick didn't work. So I got my trusty skewer, jam it in there. See? Now it's on the angle that I need. And we're gonna try again. Here we have. I'm going to put the shish kebab skewers in. Hello. We gotta let it rock, see what happens. We're gonna separate the head a little bit from the shaft, and we're going to make, not necessarily a hole, but a little bit of an indent, just so that it has that appearance of texture for her pleasure. Hello. Yes, somebody asked for this. This is what we do on a Monday. Okay, so we're in a very large open space. I have a makeshift spray booth. I'm going to spray the rabbit because it technically looks like a rabbit now. Very proud of myself. This is a new gun. The color cap is very small. Yeah, I did it. That thing is a little crazy. It's kind of creepy. I try and be as realistic as possible. I don't know why there's 2 on-off switches. I don't think I want to find out. All right, we're getting there. Put a little shimmer in the center because this part is kind of clear. So I'm gonna let this dry and then add on a couple of surprises for tomorrow's big reveal. Yeah, I'm excited.
Can my copy Miranda?
The amount of people that are
So,
depending on how
Can I never?
Oh my gosh, my conservative mother's in the car.
Hydroponic, that's amazing. Oh, that's the book. That's the book by Candace Bushnell.
yes.
Can you imagine using that?
Wait, bigger or smaller than the one you have at home?
You really outdid yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate
so
it.
much.
Is this the first rabbit cake you've ever made?
Yes.
This would take me the same amount of time it would take me to mine an iPhone for me.
Okay, so we're about to go on. I'm gonna reveal this to the crowd, see how they like it. Let's go.